Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault, and once again I'm coming to you with another field strip video. And the gun that we're going to be field stripping today is a pretty rare gun here in the United States. This is a Norinco 86S. This essentially is an AK-47 Bullpup made in China, chambered in 7.62 by 39. Internally and mechanically, this gun is very similar to a standard AK, but obviously externally it is very different. And it looks like it borrows some inspiration from some other famous guns, such as the French FAMAS with this big carry handle here, the Steyr AUG with this vertical foregrip, and maybe an Uzi with this little butt plate extension. But aesthetically, it's a very interesting looking rifle. Let's go ahead and field strip this by first starting by dropping the magazine, ensuring that there is no ammunition in it, and of course set that aside. We'll turn the gun around here and make sure the gun is on fire, not on safe. If the gun is on safe, you cannot pull the charging handle back. Got to put it on fire. Pull that charging handle back. Of course, visually inspect that chamber. Ensure that there is no ammunition in it. Looks like we are clear. The next part of this field strip is just like an AK. You have a dust cover here in the back and you have the button. Now, I have noticed that on this particular gun, this dust cover is on here pretty tight. So I'm going to take a little polymer wedge here or tool and push in this button to help pry up on this dust cover. And I've tried doing this a number of different ways with my fingers. It just doesn't always come off, and it looks like, here we go, it is now off. There it is. Then we have the recoil spring assembly. You can push that in, pull that out, and then the bolt you're going to pull back. But before taking it all the way out, you have to make sure you bend it a little bit to one side, to the right-hand side of the firearm. So now you can pull out the charging handle, set that aside. Now you can pull out the bolt, and this looks very much like an AK piston, but obviously it has this bulge in it for that charging handle. And then of course you can pull the bolt out of the bolt carrier. Set that aside as well. When it comes to the front of this gun, if you want to take off the muzzle device, you can. Obviously we do not have a front sight base, but you still have that detent. It's threaded the same as an AK, so you can push that detent in, take off that muzzle device, and you can pull out the cleaning rod if you want. It comes out like a standard AK. And now in the back, if you do want to get the cleaning kit out, you got to use your fingers on the side here and pull up on it, and the whole cleaning kit should essentially pop right out. And that can be a little bit tricky as well. I'll use this polymer tool here to get that out, and there is the cleaning kit. So that is all you have to do to field strip a Norinco 86S rifle. So I just got this back from the range, so let me go ahead and clean it up, and then let's put it back together. Alright, so we got this Norinco 86S all cleaned up and ready to go back together. So let's start with the bolt and bolt carrier. Of course, let's put the bolt in the carrier just like you would on a standard AK. We will put it in through the top, and like when we took it out, we have to rotate it a little bit or bend it to the side so we can put in the charging handle. And once it is in, the carrier will go forward a little bit, then push down on the carrier, and then push it forward. Then we can take our recoil spring assembly, insert it just like a standard AK. Then we'll take our dust cover and pop that onto the top. And this once again is a little bit on the tight side, so you gotta make sure everything lines up pretty good. And if it's right, it locks into place. Then we can take our cleaning kit, pop that into the stock area, make sure that is in there nice and firm. We will then take our cleaning rod and insert it through the front. And this actually can be a little bit tricky, I've discovered. I've tried this a couple of times. Sometimes I have to rotate it a little bit to get it to go. And whatever it has to clear in there just has to be moved out of the way. I have tried this by adjusting the safety selector switch, running the bolt, all these types of things, and there it goes. So you might have to finagle the controls a little bit, but eventually the cleaning rod will go. And then of course we'll take our muzzle device, and this is left-hand threads. So in order to tighten it, it's the opposite direction of what you're normally used to. Once it gets so far down, you can push in that detent, screw it on the whole way. I think I can go one more turn on that. There we go. And of course, we can insert the magazine, and then we can function test it. Put it on fire, run the action a little bit, pull that trigger, and it looks like we are good. So there you go, a complete field strip and reassembly of a Norinco 86S AK-47 Bullpup. A very unique rifle and kind of rare here in the US. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this video helps somebody in the future. So, as always, thanks for watching.